Hey Genderqueer Chat, it's Tuesday. My name is Stacy, and our topic this week is names. It's a pretty long question with several sub-questions, so I'll just put the whole thing down below. Yeah, so first, before I even start that, we are getting our first thunderstorm of the season right now, so I'm really excited about that. It just smells nice and it feels so good. It's really hot today, and yeah, Colorado, we don't get a lot of rain, so it's really nice when we do. Like, we're in a state of perpetual drought basically, but with all the snow we got this year and the rain, and yeah, it's nice. So you may hear that or people outside. I have the window open while I'm making my video, so just ignore it, or flashes of lightning like that. But anyway, so the first question is, most names are associated with a specific gender. What role do you feel names play in society in terms of gender? You know, I don't really take names seriously. You know, I mean, it is a part of who you are, and it's a part of how people identify because, you know, it's their name. But I mean, if someone else gives it to you, you know, I mean, yeah, it's part of your identity and you always went by that name or whatever, but someone else is giving that name to you. You're not giving it to yourself, you know. And also, a lot of people change their name, you know, or they go by different names. Like, for example, my dad. His name is Henry. His middle name is Stephen. He goes by Peter. He's gone by Peter ever since he was a little kid. So, you know, and I know a lot of people like that. I work with a woman who, the name she goes by is completely different than her first name. So, you know, people go by abbreviated versions of their name. Some people go by nicknames. You know, I knew a guy for years whose name was Thumper. That wasn't his birth name, but that was the name he went by. And as far as I was concerned, that was his real name. He wanted to be called Thumper. Everyone knew him as Thumper. I think only one person in my friend circle at the time actually knew the guy's name. And I think they told me once, and I forgot, because that was not his name. That his name was Thumper to me. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I just don't take them seriously. What role they play in society in terms of gender, you know, I really think that they just, I mean, I guess people still look at, you know, oh, I'm having a boy, I need a boy name or girl names and all that stuff, but, you know, I mean, to me that's no different than buying your baby girl pink clothes or baby boy blue clothes, you know, like, I don't know, it's more permanent than clothing, of course, but, you know, I mean, I guess that's the role it would play, in my opinion. Yeah, and like I said, I don't really take them seriously. I've known a lot of people who've changed their names or who go by names that are completely different than what they have. You know, and also society in general, I've noticed, you know, they've been leaning more toward androgynous names. You know, the generation who's having kids now, they're naming their kids either names that they made up or things that are pretty androgynous or, you know, just different or unique. So, and I appreciate that, you know, I like it. So, yeah, I don't know, it's not really a good answer to that question, but like I said, I don't really think of them as, I don't know, playing a big role in anything, I guess. So, second question is, have you considered changing your name to better align with your gender identity? That is really loud. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm so sorry. Yes, I have. I changed my name sorta unofficially once to Winter. It's spelled all funky, but that wasn't necessarily to better align with my gender identity. That was just to better align with me. There was a character that I created and I like to write with, or write about for several years, and her name was Winter Alexandri. And I went by that name for several years after I created her, just because, um, I don't know, I mean, I wasn't Winter, I wasn't my character or anything like that, but I I just like the name, you know? I mean, I made that name for a reason. I really liked it. So, yeah, I mean, it just, I don't know, it felt like it fit me. And I did go by that name for a while. There are still people who call me Winter, or who only know me as Winter. They don't know me as Stacy. And again, it was sort of like a phase, I guess. I mean, a phase that lasted several years, but I eventually came to accept my birth name. And I think I wanted to change my name to begin with, just because, I don't know, Stacy's so common, you know? It's it's boring, you know? I think Stacy was one of the top 10 most, you know, common names in the 80s or something. So it's, yeah. It's just, I didn't feel like it suited me. I'm really not a common person. So I changed it up a bit for a while, and I eventually, I guess, stepping away from my name, I came to like it again or appreciate it or something. Um, so yeah, if I ever legally changed my name to anything, which I don't see myself doing at this time, I would change it to Winter Alexandri. But I do like my name now. I do like Stacy. I like it mainly. I don't like it because it's common, but I like it because it's androgynous. So that's pretty cool. So the next question is, do you feel your name has less of a specific gender connotation because it's yours? Um, yeah, I guess so. Again, my name's pretty androgynous as it is. Um, Pretty fluid, I guess. So, I mean, you know, if my name was something that was more stereotypically feminine, then maybe, but I don't really feel I can answer that question accurately because my name is already, you know, androgynous. So, oh, speaking of, I just wanted to throw this in there. It kind of ties back to not taking names very seriously, and also, well, names and gender too, I guess. You know, and shame on me for this because there was there's a man that I work with, and his name is typically a name given to females. So, and I work remotely with this person. I have never met them face to face. And this entire time, I've never had a phone conference with them or anything. I just talked in email. And this entire time, I thought that he was a she. And I think I referenced him as her a couple of times. So it were implied that I thought he was a female. And, you know, again, and shame on me for assuming this, especially with gender, you know. I mean, I don't like it when people jump to conclusions about me, about anything, never mind gender. So you know, and I don't even know how this person identifies. He may not identify as a male anyway, but as far as I understand, he does identify as a male, and he is a male-bodied individual. So, yeah, and he has a typically female name, and I have never heard that name be applied to a male, so I just assumed he was a female this entire time. I worked with this guy for like maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and I just found out on Monday, so yesterday, that it's a guy, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I guess names really shouldn't, I mean, I'm all for putting traditionally male names on female-bodied individuals or something like that. Like, you know, I always like the name Michael for a female. I think that's a really nice name, or for anybody, really. So yeah, it does play a role, and I guess it makes people assume, I think. But, you know, it shouldn't be like that. And I think that we are slowly stepping away from that as a society. I could be wrong, but that's where I see it going. So, yeah. Bonus question. Who's your gimme? Famous person you would have sex with if ever given the chance. So, I laughed when I saw that because I'm a big United States of Terra fan. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it was a TV show on HBO, I think, or Showtime or something, that ran for not very long, I think maybe a few seasons, and it was a great show. Now, I don't watch TV, but I get these things on like a box set, or I get it through Netflix. So, yeah, I love that show. You know, I actually, it ended years ago, and I have yet to really finish the series because I'm taking my time with it because I don't want it to end. It's such a good show. So I'm watching the episodes very slowly, one by one. I gotta wrap this up. So, yeah, and there's a character named Gimme, and it's one of her split personalities. It was just very funny. So anyway, my gimme would be Janine Garofalo. Yeah, weird, cute, quirky, nerdy, funny, my kind of lady. So I like the strange ones, I guess. But yeah, all right. That's all I have to say, and I'm gonna go enjoy watching that, and I will see you guys next week.